What is up, everybody? Back with another Splatoon 3 tier list video. This is going to be for the 2.0.0 patch and for Season 2, the chill season that we just got and actually just dropped here about a day or two ago. I'm recording this on a Thursday. This is hopefully going to go up by Friday. So, a lot to talk about. A lot has changed. We got a bunch of changes to special points for a lot of weapons. We got a bunch of other types of changes as well. I do think that weapon meta and at least the majority of the weapons in the game, there are some major changes, but there's some that are also stay the same, which we'll talk about. But if you guys like these types of videos, leave a like, subscribe, and share the video. I also do stream Splatoon 3, so if you guys do not want to miss when I'm live, turn on your notifications, because at least, I don't know when I'll be uploading this, hopefully on Friday. If I upload this on Friday, the day I'm uploading this, if it's on a Friday, I will be live later tonight with some Splatoon 3 ranked. We're going to be hopping into ranked for the first time for the brand new season. So if you guys don't want to miss that, feel free to drop by. So, apart from that, on screen right now, I got a brand new list. Now, keep in mind, I will be doing all the other older weapons too. So do not leave the video, because I know there's people that leave the video when they don't see the entire weapon class and every single weapon in the game on the screen. Just before we get into this, I will be doing every single weapon in the game up until 2.0. But the reason why I have to split this into two tier lists, I just kind of combined them into one. Like, this is going to be kind of just a combination, but like they're going to be on two separate tier list pages. It's because we don't have like an actual tier list with all the new weapons on it yet that's updated. So I kind of have to make half the new weapons on a separate tier list to put them on here. And then I have to go back and do all the other weapons that we already had in the game since launch. So keep that in mind. S tier is the stuff you're going to be playing and you're going to be seeing in the majority of your high tier games. And it's the stuff you're going to be playing that you're going to play to rank up. We got X rank this season now, which is making ranked more competitive and the most competitive it's been throughout the entire launch of Splatoon 3 up until this point, which is crazy good. So you're going to want to be playing what's good, and you're going to be wanting to play the best of your ability. Hopefully this tier list can help you. I will be talking about like your mid, like your average, like middle tier ranks for the majority of the weapons as well, to keep that in consideration for you, those type of players as well. And then I'm going to kind of take into consideration like the higher tiers of play mainly, but I'll try to talk about both. But let's hop right into this. S tier, like I said, the best of the best. A plus is like your top tier type weapons. Not really picking every game if you don't want to, but like your second tier type pick weapons that are incredibly good. A tier is your average, B below average, C is very situational, and then you got your F tier, which is like meme pick, like if you want to lose or just want to like pick these weapons for memes, like with how bad they are, just pick them because they're garbage. I would never play these weapons in ranked. And if you don't want to win, then play these weapons because they're really, really bad. That's kind of what F tier is. Starting it off, let's get right into this. I'm going to start off with the Forward Splatter Shot Pro. Let's get right into this. I'm going to put the Forward Splatter Shot, I don't know, I think with Booyah Bomb it ain't too bad. I'm going to put it at like a B tier. I don't know. I feel like the Splatter Shot right now in the game isn't really in a good spot. Like, the reason why you're going to be picking the Forward Splatter Shot Pro over like the normal one now, the normal one's completely useless. Like, that's kind of a spoiler. You guys can guess where that one's going in a little bit. But, like, the Forward Splatter Shot Pro, the reason why you actually would pick it is because it has Booyah Bomb. It has Booyah Bomb and Suction Bomb this time with a 210 all charge or special charge. That's the main reason why you're going to play it. Mainly because Booyah Bomb is really good on the weapon. Like, apart from that, like, there's a lot better, like, mid-range type weapon options in the game. And just gets outclassed by a lot of other stuff, especially with how much ink it takes. The fire rate needs a little bit of a buff to make it better, which I don't think they'll ever do. And I think it just takes way too much ink to use. It is a really ink-hungry weapon, and that's what always really holds it back, especially over a lot of the other weapons in the game. You got to run so much ink saver main, like ink recovery and ink saver type stuff, in your loadouts, and it kind of restricts you in that way with your gear builds to actually make the weapon work and actually at least somewhat efficient on ink, to the point where it's just not really worth. So overall, though, if you want to use it, you still can. It can be solid, but apart from that, I just don't think it's crazy good. I really don't. Just get outclassed by so many other things. Let's talk about the Gold Arrow Spray. This thing's crazy. I don't know about ranked. Like, keep in mind, there's like this gonna be for like the majority of the modes too. I'm taking into consideration the 2 new maps, which are gonna be probably in, I think they're both in ranked. I think it's Brine Water, whatever it is, and then Flounder Heights. I think they're both being in ranked now as well, which I haven't played on very much. I think I played on them once, so I don't know. I haven't really played the majority of the modes on them, and you can kind of take that into consideration as well. They're really new maps, and a lot of people might not know how to play on them for a little while, but this is going to be like the majority of the rank modes and like just your general, like overall, and like every single rank mode for the majority of these weapons. That's kind of what this list is based off of. I don't think the arrow spray is a meme anymore, y'all. I think the gold arrow spray can actually be viable in ranks now. It has Booyah Bomb and it has Sprinkler. Now, don't get me wrong, Sprinkler is absolutely useless. It really is on this weapon. You can put out more ink in about 1 or 2 seconds than the entire Sprinkler will do an entire, like, 20-second duration worth however long it lasts. Like, it's legit the most useless sub to give this weapon in the entire game. It really is. But like, apart from the sub, its ult is Booyah Bomb. And I think out of all the weapons in the game, I wouldn't say it's the best weapon in the game that has Booyah Bomb, but if you want one that can just farm it nonstop the entire game as much as possible, that niche is what the arrow spray has right now. And it just paints incredibly good. Its damage is really garbage, but if you just want to sit and paint the entire game and just try to use your ult just to try to get kills the entire time, like to spam Booyah Bomb as much as possible and try to get kills off that, you can actually do that with that type of playstyle now, which it finally has a decent ult, unlike the actual like normal arrow spray, which has Reef Slider, which was pretty bad. It had Fizzy Bomb, but I mean that didn't really save the weapon. The ult was still really bad. At least with this one, like you're trading a sub, the sub's useless, but like you at least have a really solid special for this weapon. So that's kind of why I'm going to put it B tier. If you want to play it and you're good with it, you know how to actually play it, and you know what you're going to be doing with it, you can make it work. I don't think it's actually useless, unlike a lot of the arrow sprays usually are when they're in ranked. You can actually play it, you can maybe get away with it. Up next, here's a new weapon I've been wanting to talk about for a while. The Snipe Rider 5H. I'm going to take a little bit to talk about this before I put it on the list. This thing, if you guys haven't played this in-game, or if you guys haven't even seen it in-game, it might be one of the coolest weapon designs we've gotten for like an entire new weapon. One of the coolest designs ever, it really is. It is such a really cool design. But the problem with this weapon is I feel like this is a weapon that should have been introduced back in like Splatoon 2. I think this is a weapon that is like entirely game late. We should have had this weapon back in Splatoon 2, and I think this would have been a perfect weapon to have back when Ink Armor was actually in the game. I think it doesn't really work that good. I think if Ink Armor was actually in Splatoon 3, it'd be a lot better of a weapon, especially if they would give it like Ink Armor. I think it'd be really, really cool, and you'd be able to make some crazy plays just based off of that alone. But if you guys don't know what this thing has, it actually has Sprinkler and it has Tacticooler. The kit on this thing is not that good. It doesn't ink very well. It takes a while to ink, and its special points for how much you need to actually get a Tacticooler is way too high. You're lucky to farm a Tacticooler, I don't know, like, you're lucky to farm it even like 3, maybe 4 in a game if you're lucky. It depends how much you're firing and what you're really doing, but if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I think the Snipe Rider, as a design-wise for the weapon and like a weapon overall, might be one of the coolest weapons in the game that we've gotten, like, design-wise. But I don't know where this thing actually fits into the game, because pretty much what this thing is, you charge it up, if you guys haven't played it, you charge it up to a full shot, and when it's fully charged, you got 5 individual shots. Each shot, you have about the same range as like a splatter scope and like a splat charger, pretty much the same range. But you have 5 individual shots per charge until you have to recharge again. And each of them does 60 damage, so it takes 2 shots to somebody to actually be able to get a kill. And the problem with this is, why would I run this weapon when all the splat chargers, and even like the splatter scope, and even like even the E-leaders, which got nerfed a little bit this patch, but like, why would I play this over like a splatter scope or like a splat charger when their kits are way better than what this thing has, and I can just run the same thing, and I don't have to worry about having to 2-shot somebody to actually get a kill. I can just 1-tap somebody with a fully charged shot. That is the main problem with this weapon. And another thing on top of that, which I think is really stupid, which they didn't give this weapon, is that you're not allowed to hold a charge when you're swimming under the ink. It'll completely reset your charge. You have to recharge back up to get your 5 shots. That is so stupid. I don't know why they didn't give this thing like the ability, even for like 5 seconds or something, to be able to like hold your charge and actually be able to swim with it. I think it just makes the weapon so much worse, and it takes away a bunch of like play-making potential and like fun the weapon could have, and like a lot of the potential the weapon could have by being able to even like store a charge of ink with swimming, even if it isn't for that long. Even just like a little bit would have been good. I don't know why they didn't do that. I really don't. It's overall, the weapon design wise, like I said, is incredibly good. But I feel like just weapon, at least for me, I had high hopes for the weapon. I think it was going to be really cool, and I was hoping it was going to be really cool. And it was kind of a letdown. Granted, it is a new weapon, and people might end up learning it, but I'm going to have to put it in like C tier for right now. I don't think it's good at all, and I don't think there's really any reason to really pick this weapon over like anything else that does its job better, like a splat charger or like a splatter scope, or even like any of the E-leaders, or like any other backline weapon, if I'm being completely real with you guys, which kind of sucks. Kind of a letdown of a new weapon, and I think this weapon should have been in Splatoon 2. I think this would have been a perfect weapon if we had it like mid Splatoon to like during that game, like halfway through that game, during that life cycle of the game. It would have been a perfect weapon. I think this weapon is a game too late, and it just doesn't really fit the game right now. I really don't. It doesn't work the way it should, and it kind of just really lacking in a kind of really weird weapon. I don't know. It's really fun to use though. But if you guys want a really fun weapon to play, give it a try. It is really fun to use. But I thought it was going to be more like a bamboozler, like a long charge type bamboozler with a really small charge range and like a really small charge time, like the same charge time as like a bamboozler, but like with the range of a splat charger. That's what I thought it was going to be, not like an entire like a hold a charge and you have 5 shots per full charge type thing. I don't know. Kind of different what I expected, and I think it's kind of a letdown of a weapon, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm going to put it for C tier for right now. Maybe people will learn it and learn how to play it, and it'll be a lot better. But as for right now, I don't think it's good at all, and there's just no reason to play it at all, unfortunately. Up next, we got the Luna Blaster Neo. This thing has Fizzy Bomb and Ultra Stamp. I think it's actually good. I'm going to put the Luna Blaster Neo in A tier. I think it's actually really solid. Ultra Stamp is not bad for this weapon. I think it's actually better than Zipcaster is on its normal variant of this weapon, the regular Luna Blaster. And Fizzy Bomb is actually really, really good. Arguably, at least for me, I think it's actually better than Splat Bomb. Some people will disagree with that, and it kind of just comes down to your playstyle. But at least for me, I like Fizzy Bomb a lot more than Splat Bomb. It gives you a lot of ink, and it charges your special real fast, especially if you just keep spamming Fizzy Bomb. Overall, really solid. You can actually maybe get away with Luna Blaster and actually get away with running it for this season if you like make like a gear build just catered to the weapon, like down to the T. You can maybe get away with it, but I'm gonna put an A tier. I'm gonna be generous and I'm gonna put an A tier. You can argue it's maybe B tier, but I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt in A tier. I think it is solid, and especially with a lot of the fixes to Ultra Stamp, it's a lot more of a consistent alt and a consistent special where you don't die like automatically every single time anymore. It's a lot more consistent. You can actually do something now before you end up dying or getting like backed into a corner or whatever, get checked by the enemy team. So overall, pretty solid. Up next, we got the Zinc Mini Splatling. This thing has the I forgot what this thing actually has. I forgot what this has. I think it has the I forgot what it has. I think it has Big Bubbler, or no, it doesn't have Big Bubble. That's what the other one has. I don't know what this thing has. Overall, though, I think it's better than the other one. I think it's a lot more of a better than the other one. I'm gonna put it like B tier. You're still not really seeing like any mini Splatling even being played at all. Not like at all, but I don't know. Like, I think it's better than the other variants. Like the new mini Splatling is better than the other one. That's all I'll say. I haven't really played it too much, and I haven't really been seeing many people play it at all. But I do think, at least like kit-wise, it is better than the other one. Here's another letdown. I feel bad for you guys, your brush players. I really do. You guys, it's the first meme pick of the entire tier list. The new ink brush, was it Nonival? It's going F tier, meme tier. This thing has ink mine and ultra stamp. What reason is there to pick this one over the regular ink brush? The regular ink brush has killer whale and a splat bomb. Everything else, the special and the sub is a million times better on the normal ink brush. There is no reason to pick this one at all. No reason. F tier, garbage. Probably the worst new kit for all the weapons we got this entire new update. Garbage. I feel bad for anybody that played the ink brush and plays ink brush. You guys got an absolute L. It really sucks to be you guys. Dapple Dooley's Nonival. These actually have the Reef Slider and the Torpedo. I think they're actually really solid. I'm going to put them in an A tier. They are way better than the regular Dapple Doolies. They actually have something that you can actually throw out now as a sub to actually provide pressure to people when you're trying to get in and actually duel somebody at close range. And the Reef Slider is actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the best special in the game, but it's better than having a Tacticooler and kind of just playing as like a one-man like wrecking crew and going in and dying the entire game every time you have an ult. It's way better than this. I think it's really solid. If you guys want to play some dualies and you guys want some new dualies to play, check out the new Dapple Doolies Nonivals. Really good. Tentatech Splatter Shot. This thing has the Splat Bomb and Triple Ink Strike. I'm going to put this at a A+ tier. I don't think it's as good as the regular Splatter Shot. I really don't. I think the Triazuka is way better on the other one, along with the Splat Bomb or the Suction Bomb. But I do think it's really good. Really easy to play and really brain dead. I think out of some of the weapons in the game, too, it might be one of the best like Triple Ink Strike type weapons to just farm that special. So if you're looking for a weapon that has Triple Ink Strike and you like that special for some reason, then go ahead and play it, because it might be one of the best weapons in the game for that. Apart from that, A+ tier. Nothing with it's really different than the other one. We got the Big Roller, y'all. Big Roller. I don't know, y'all. I don't know where I'd put this. I don't think it's that good. I really don't. I'm going to put it in C tier again. I don't think it's that good. I really don't. I do not think it's good at all. I'm going to put it in C tier. The only thing it does is paint. Like, it's a roller that paints really good. Its damage is awful. And that's about all it is. Like, I don't understand. It has the, I think it's Ink Vac, and it has Splash Wall. Splash Wall doesn't do anything for this weapon because your damage is garbage. So you're not really killing anybody at, like, medium range anyways. So it's kind of a useless sub. And then Ink Vac, which is okay, but it doesn't really belong on a roller. I really don't think it does. It just doesn't make much sense. I really don't understand. It's kind of one of those weapons just kind of just there. If you want a roller for some reason that paints really well, you have it in the game now. It's just there. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it just doesn't really do anything. Like, that's the problem. It's kind of just there. That's the main reason. And before you guys say it, too, like, I know there's a few other weapons that are not here. I will include them in the video with editing. I'll try to put them into the video on this list because they are not here. I know I'm missing a couple weapons on this. So, keep in mind that I know there's more than these few weapons. We're missing a few here, but, was this the Slosher Deco, Zipcaster, and Angle Shooter, C tier. Zipcaster got buffed, but on this type of weapon, it just doesn't make sense. And then when you have Angle Shooter, you're pretty much better off with having any other special or any other sub in the game. Not good. If you want a bucket, go play the regular Slosher. You're better off playing that. Up next, we got the Custom Splatter Shot Junior. This thing's crazy. I don't have a picture of it on this tier list, so I might just have to put it on screen for you guys, or like either in like text form or like a picture on screen or something. I don't know what I'll do yet. I might just put it in like text form on screen where I would put in the list, but I would put the Custom Splatter Shot Junior in S tier. It is the best weapon in the game that can actually farm Wavebreaker. If you guys don't know what this weapon has, it has Torpedo and Wavebreaker. A crazy good combo for this weapon, and it's pretty much the Splatter Shot Junior, but like a more aggressive kit. So you can actually play it more aggressively now. And it's actually really annoying going against this thing, but with how much it farms Wavebreaker and just constantly has that up, and you're constantly having to play around Wavebreaker the entire game. It farms it nonstop. Probably the best farming Wavebreaker weapon in the game, like I said. If you want to play the custom or the Splattershot Junior more aggressive, now you have an option to do that as well. Really solid, and I put it in S tier 100%. It's crazy good. I don't know how they gave this weapon even more annoying kit than what it had already had with the normal one. Big Bubbler is annoying enough. I don't know why they haven't had to give it more of an annoying kit. Next, we got the Carbon Roller Deco, which has the Burst Bomb and Trizuka. I don't know. I think it's better than it was. I'd probably put it like B tier. I really would. I just don't think the Carbon Roller is that good right now, though. You just get shit on by everything. Like, everything that does more damage than you or, like, outranges you just get shit on. Like, that's the problem. Unless you're, like, an absolute god at playing this, like, I wouldn't put it above a B tier. It's better than the regular Carbon Roller, like 100%. It actually has a really solid kit now and has the tools to work, but you gotta be a good player to use it, and that's the problem. Otherwise, you just get shit on. I'd put it at B tier. And then last but not least, we got the Splattershot Nova. This thing, if you guys know what the Splattershot Nova is, it's pretty much a Splattershot that has like long range. It's like a longer range version of the Splattershot and kind of a mix in between like a Splattershot Pro and like a normal Splattershot. It has a faster fire rate and it paints a lot better than the Splattershot, but it does a lot less damage than the Splattershot does, or the Splattershot Pro does. So it's kind of a thing in between that. I do like its kit, though. It has a really good kit. And I think out of all the new weapons we did get for this patch, out of the 3 new ones, out of the Snipe Rider and the Big Roller, I think this is probably the best one out of all of them. It has the point sensor and the killer whale. I'd actually put this at probably like an A tier. I think it's a really solid average type weapon right now. Nothing crazy. I might move it up a little bit more once people start learning how to play it. But at least for right now, I think it's average and has a lot of potential. Really solid. It paints pretty damn well. And it just does everything really good. And it kind of just takes pretty much what the Splattershot Pro is and why that's even in the game, and kind of just pushes it to the wayside because it just does its job like 10 times better. It really does. I don't even know why the Splattershot Pro is in the game. I really don't at this point. Kind of just does its job 10 times better, but... And it's really fun to play. If you guys want a really fun weapon to play, go play the new Splattershot Nova. It's really fun to play. Really cool weapon. And then last but not least, what do we have left? I'm gonna look real quick. We might not actually have anything else left. I'm gonna look. It was actually tough. Actually, the Zinc Mini Splatling. I said it had Big Bubbler. It actually does have Big Bubbler. I'm thinking of the normal Mini Splatling, which had Ultra Stamp. Which the Mini Splatling actually has Toxic Mist and Big Bubbler, which, like I said, is way better than the normal one, because the normal one has the Ultra Stamp, which is garbage. But that's all the new weapons here, y'all. Like I said, the ones I don't have on screen, I should probably either like future me, or hopefully when I'm editing this video, I'll probably put them in text form or like a picture where they go on this list. So I'll top over the other normal weapons for the rest of these. Got all the other ones. I'm going to try to go through these a little bit quicker because we're already a pretty long video and I haven't even got through like 90% of the weapons that are in the game. So same tiering, just take all the other weapons that are brand new and just pretend they were on this list, because I just don't have them on this actual list. I have to have them separated for right now because this list ain't updated with the new ones. So, but just pretend those ones are on this list. Rapid Blaster, A tier, average. Nothing with this changed at all, kind of just there. I think Rapid Blaster Pro, A+ tier, just a really solid like mid to like back range type support weapon, or like backline type weapon. Really solid, really underrated right now. Clash Blasters, meme tier, garbage. I don't know how this is another weapon that I don't know how they didn't buff. Why didn't they buff the Clash Blaster? One of the worst painting weapons in the game, and the only reason you're going to be playing this, it destroys in your lower tier games and your lower tier lobbies. I'd say up until like A tier, like mid A tier. But once you get past like mid A tier, you just fall off a cliff with how good you can do with this weapon, because it just gets checked by everything and everybody knows how to play against it. It's only good versus bad players, And once you take this into your higher tier games, you just struggle, and you're just better off playing any other weapon in the game, pretty much. It's probably the worst blaster in the game, which I hate to say because I really like the Clash Blaster, and it's a really cool weapon, but it's just god tier awful. It really is. Range Blaster, A tier average. Blaster, I'll put A tier average. Nothing with them has really changed. I was hoping we'd get another blaster, apart from the Luna Blaster Neo this patch with an alternate kit for like the normal blaster. At least for me being a blaster man, I was hoping we would, but we never did, unfortunately. Regular Luna Blaster, I'm going to put in C tier. Not good. I wouldn't say it's F tier meme worthy because it's not really even on the same level as a lot of those useless type weapons, but it's not good. I wouldn't play it over the other one. Ink Brush, I'm going to put it, if you want a brush, I'd probably put this one at like B tier. The brush isn't that good at all, but if you want a brush to play, that's the one you play. Octobrush, C tier, not that good. GooTuber, I don't think it's meme tier worthy, but it's really bad. Unless you're a god with it, you're not going to be seeing or seeing it played, but I wouldn't say it's F tier worthy. Some of the weapons in F tier. Bamboozler, F tier. Again, another weapon which I don't know why they didn't buff. I really don't. It needs a huge buff or something to make it better, and it's just in the game and just doesn't do anything. It's garbage. Which is really sad because it's such a cool weapon and it has so much potential and it's really unique, but they just don't care, I guess. E-Leaders got nerfed. They nerfed the E-Leaders this patch, but I still think they're incredibly good. I'm going to put all the E-Leaders and all the Splat Chargers right up into S tier again because I think they're incredibly good and still the best backline weapons in the game. Still. Classic Squill for C tier, not good. Unless you're a god and you land every shot, there's no reason to play it at all. You just get destroyed by everything that's the same range as you. Medium or close range weapons. Dualies, I think the Dualie Squelchers are A+ tier. Probably the best Dualies in the game. Gluga Dualies, F tier. Meme worthy tier. Garbage. If you want to lose, play them. I don't know. Again, another weapon that I just don't know why they didn't buff. What the Gluga Dualies really need is they need a slightly increased fire rate. Their fire rate is too slow. Or they need increased ink capacity. Or like the ability to ink a little bit better, or like they need to make it so they're a little bit more ink efficient because man, are they ink hungry weapons. The Gluga Dualies are so ink hungry and they take so much ink. That is one of the huge problems with them as well. Like one of those three things needs to be buffed and changed to make them good. And until that happens, they're garbage. Splat Dualies, B tier. A good crab tank weapon if you want to farm crab tank, but apart from that, you don't really see them play it and you're not going to be playing them very much. Dapple Dualies, meme tier. There's no reason to play the Dapple Dualies anymore when you can just play the alternate version of them and just do 10 times better. There's no reason. Dark Tetra Dualies, I'm going to put it A tier. I wouldn't say they're good as the Dualie Squelchers, but you can make them work with certain builds, with like quick respawn builds and like full-on dive type builds. And if you play that type of playstyle, they can work, which is still pretty common, and you can still make work. Carbon Roller, F tier, garbage. Why would you play the Carbon Roller when you have the alternate version of it, which is 10 times better, has a 10 times better kit, and you're just better off playing that every other time? Garbage. There's no reason to play this. If you want to lose, you play any of these weapons. Dynamo, C tier. It needs a new kit. That's the problem with this weapon. Until it gets a new kit, it's not going to be good. I think the flings have fell off a little bit. I don't think it's must pick anymore, y'all. Ever since they finally nerfed Tentamissiles, y'all, and I don't think it's actually worth a must pick. If you want a missile weapon, though, I think it's still one of the best ones in the game, but I don't think it's a must pick, and you're going to be seeing it at every single match anymore. Finally, after the Tentomissile nerf, finally. Splat Roller, I'm going to put A tier, average. The Splatana Wiper got huge buffs. This used to be one of the worst weapons in the game, and I'm actually going to put it at like an A tier now. It paints incredibly well. They boosted the strafe speed on it. They boosted the how it paints, I think with the vertical and I think with the horizontal flicks. It paints so well right now, and you have so much more ability when you're trying to move with it now. It's really, really solid. If you guys haven't played the new buffed Splatana Wiper, go check it out. It's actually really, really fun to play now. Splatana Stamper, B tier. You need to be absolute god to play this weapon. Otherwise, you're going to just get shit on. Undercover Brella, garbage, meme tier. Splat Brella, garbage, meme tier. Tent Brella, I'm going to put it probably a C tier, but it's still bugged. So if you play it, you're going to probably get screwed by a bug. Arrow Spray, not going to play this at all. There's no reason to play the Arrow Spray anymore, especially when the gold Arrow Spray is in the game, and there's no reason to play this one at all anymore. Splatter Shot Pro, you're not going to play this anymore. F tier, if you want to lose, play it. If you want to play a Splatter Shot Pro, play the other one. Play the Forward Splatter Shot Pro. At least it has a good special. Splatter Shot Junior, S tier. Still one of the best big bubbler spam, like, annoying weapon in the game. Especially with Splat Bomb. Squeezer, B tier. Comes down to the player. If you're a good player with it, it can be a lot better. But overall, I think it's just B tier. 96 Scal, I think, is A+ tier. Fallen off a little bit, but it's still incredibly good and still one of the best shooters in the game. 96 Scal needs some buffs, but I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's an A tier, a solid average. You still have the 2-shot, you still have decent range. The only thing it really lacks is its slow fire rate, which ends up getting you killed a lot of the time. That's my only problem with that. I just wish they would buff the fire rate slightly on this weapon. It would make it so much better. But apart from that, it ain't too bad. I just wish this thing had another kit too. I was hoping the 96 Scal would get an alternate kit for this patch, and we never got it. I feel like this kit's really supportive for this one. I wish I had a little bit more of an aggressive kit, which I'm hoping they'll give it this next, whenever we get weapons again. Jet Squelcher, B tier. The angle shooter got a bit of a buff, but that didn't make the weapon really much better at all. Splatter Shot, S tier. Incredibly good. Splash, the best crab tank weapon in the game and probably the best shooter in the game alongside the custom and Splatter Shot Junior. Enzop got a bit of a buff to its special points. B tier, still not really crazy. You're not seeing it played nearly enough, and I don't know what happened to it. Nobody's playing it at all for some reason. It was played like every single match at the start of the game when it launched, and it just fell off, and now nobody's playing it. I don't know why. Sploosh, garbage. If you want to lose, play Sploosh, because you're legit a walking meme, and every time I see a Sploosh on the enemy team in my ranked matches, I laugh at you. And I feel like it's a free win. So thanks for, if you're playing Sploosh in ranked, thanks for the free wins. I really appreciate it. H3 got a bit of a buff. It's still really bad. No reason to play it. L3, I'll put it B tier. It's better than the H3, but still not really that good. The Blobber, I'm going to put a B tier. If you can make it work, it's still a really annoying weapon and can work. Especially on certain maps, like the ones that are pretty damn, like a lot smaller type maps, it works really good on. But apart from that, it's kind of B tier. Tri-Slosher, A tier, average. Sloshing Machine, I don't know how this thing doesn't get nerfed. I really don't. How much it hasn't not gotten nerfed yet? I don't know. Nintendo, what are you doing? I don't know. It still needs to be nerfed. Still incredibly broken and brain dead. I don't know what they're doing. Slosher, A+ tier, the best slosher in the game. If you want to use that, go ahead. Explosure, still incredibly good. Really, really good. Nothing with its changed since last patch. Ballpoint, I'm going to put Ballpoint in A tier. I think it's really solid. I think it's average, and you're not really seeing it played nearly enough, but I think it's really, really good. Hydra, A+ tier. The only problem with Hydra is it gets dove pretty easily, and if you have a team that just dives on you the entire game, then you can't really do anything. But if you can prevent that, and you have a team that can play around that, or if you yourself can try to play around that, you're pretty much unstoppable, and you just do so much damage, and you can actually even carry a game, depending on how it goes. Mini Splatling, garbage. There's no reason to play it now over the other one. Garbage. Nautilus 47, B tier. Needs an entire new kit. Until it gets that, it's not going to be that good. The Hydra Splatling, B tier, not good. Needs a new kit. That one isn't really that good. Wavebreaker is okay, but apart from that, it's not good. The Tri-String Bow got buffed. I'm going to put it in A tier because I think it really paints a lot better, and it feels a lot better to play. And you're able to farm Whale a lot faster now because you paint so much more, and it feels a lot better to play. But apart from that, I don't think it's above an A tier. The Reflux got nerfed because it has 10 missiles, but I think it's still really annoying. I'm gonna put at I don't know. I'm gonna put at C tier because I think the only reason the problem with the Reflux 450 is the only reason you do play it is for missiles, and now that missiles got nerfed and then you can't spam them nearly as much. That just pretty much takes away the entire reason to play the weapon. So I can't put it above a C tier. That's the only reason you were playing it to begin with, and now you can't really spam nearly as much, so. Even less of a reason to play the weapon. But there you go, y'all. Let me know what you guys think. Like, remember, keep this in mind. Like, all these, the weapons that we got up until now, and then the ones with the new patch also include on this list. Kind of just make it seem like they're both into one list, even though they're both separate, at least in this video, on a separate list. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If I forgot anything or if I forgot to explain something, I'll be responding to the majority of the comments. If you guys enjoy these types of videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for watching.